Hi everyone, welcome to this reading. I have my crystal ball off to the side. I will be scrying throughout this message. If you're new to my channel, my readings are a little different. And if you're returning, welcome back. You know how we do. If it doesn't resonate with you, if you're forcing the story to fit, arguing with it in any way, just leave it behind for the people who it's meant for. So channel members, on Friday, Magician's here, you have a live with me at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Usually I announce that mid-month, and I think I forgot this month, so I'm announcing it now. So 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to seeing you guys. And if you are interested in channel memberships or the Magician's Tier, that link will be in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and let's begin. Taking a step aside and allowing Spirit to pass through me. Opening up to receive information. Okay, the energy that's hitting me is a little bit different, so this reading is going to have a little bit of a different flavor. This is a very oracular style energy that's coming towards me. So the first thing that they're showing me is they're showing me a galaxy, and then they're showing me like this white orb. The white orb is kind of making me think of this crystal ball or the moon. So there's something about a reflection. With the galaxy, they're showing me the Ouroboros, which brings me into great cycles of time. So something about cosmic time. And then this is breaking down and it's turning into a serpent that's dragging itself into the roots of a great tree. So this is speaking to me about that underworld of shamanism. I'm being brought back to reflection now. So there's something here about the great movements that are taking place around you are actually a reflection of the microcosm. So the macrocosm to the microcosm. I'm speaking to somebody who seems to be working with the energies of Metatron, Thoth, or any of the lunar or underworld deities. So this is a lot of different types of people, okay? So you'll know here in a second if this reading is for you. In this current, I'm feeling that there is an uprising of a particular type of energy that's happening, and you're being told that this is not happening just for you. This is happening in other people as well, which is why it's an undercurrent taking place within human consciousness. This is why you're having so many synchronicities about certain topics. For some of you, you've been asking a particular question, and you've been asking a question about cosmic time. The answer to your question is in sacred geometry and in the 8 sides, and then the number 9 and the stories about the number 9. Particularly, I'm seeing the pantheons that use 9 deities. There's something inside of that for you. There seems to be something that's going on inside this collective that we're working on words in some way, or we're working on symbols. Okay, there's something that is being written down in some way that is like a nexus of extremely powerful emotions or energy, or maybe even a magical focus. Now, I'm seeing something about particular archetypes that are coming through, and so okay, so these are the ones that have been coming through for a little while now. I'm seeing the dragon, I'm seeing the old crone energy, particularly the old crone energy in regards to magic. Okay, I'm seeing somebody here is learning how to throw bones. Okay. There's something here about the reemergence of something, and this thing that is reemerging is from an earlier time in our life, but it is a part of us that has been activated that was not necessarily present at that time. I'm seeing, okay, going back to cosmic cycle. Okay, so there's something about 20 to 25 years. For some of you, it's less, it's like 15, but it's a long time. That's the point. Where there was this sort of latent period, or this blasé. It feels very blasé to me, where we had been alive and we had done these things and we had these interests. It feels very magical. Again, we're tapping into a very magical collective the last few readings, and that was squashed or went to sleep, and now it's re-emerging. But now that it's re-emerging, it's almost like in this time period, there was so much deep diving that happened. The things were activated and remembered that you consciously maybe did not remember, but your deep mind did. And now that you're coming back to the surface, this information is coming back with you. So getting into practices that maybe you didn't know that you could do, or having certain abilities that you didn't know that you could have. I'm feeling very strongly that for some of you, there's a high level of telepathy, which tends to come out inside of my readings. And then also going back to what's been coming out the last few weeks, this empathic collective, the empath collective. If you're an empath, like a psychic empath, and you don't realize that you're also a telepath, you might want to go within to assess whether that's true for you or not, because these two tend to go hand in hand. Notice I didn't say look outside for your material, because we're coming into a time place that it's going to be much more important for people to go within, because the structures of authority are breaking down. Okay, even if you can't see it, this is what's happening inside of this collective, is this inward search for answers, this inward search for truth and clarity, because right now there's something within the human collective that's being activated where that truth originates from. So these are when you get into spirituality, what we're looking at is we're looking at very old stories and very old truths, right? And these things can only be found within. It's not going to come through other people's experience that you find your own truth, that you find your own mechanisms and how you work. So this is something that's very important in terms of your spiritual experiences. Okay, and so that's why the reflection they're saying, because the macrocosm is housed inside the microcosm, and this is why they started this. Now they're giving me symbols. If you're new to my channel, my symbols do not mean that the reading is or isn't yours. It means if the symbols resonate with you, pay extra attention. The first thing that I'm seeing is a 4-leaf clover, but it's not a real 4-leaf clover. It's either laminated, it's shiny, it's either laminated or it's like part of a keychain or something. It's like a keepsake that has sentimental value. The next thing that I'm seeing is somebody is making their own rose water. The next thing that I'm seeing is an altar. Okay, I need a name. Candomblé? Okay. So someone is working on an altar for Candomblé. Okay. There's something about a red feather is really important for that person. So it's not going to be anybody that's working on an altar for that religion. It's going to be a red feather is very important. If you have, like, for example, a prominent red feather on your altar, or you've been wondering if you should place it there, this pleases the ancestors. There's something about copying. Someone here is copying something. Like, I'm seeing it almost like transcribed, like copying hand by hand something. Okay. Then someone here has recently gotten like a little golden moon, or no, not moon, sun pendant, a little sun pendant. Okay. I think that's it. All right. Shorter list today. All right. So let's go ahead and let's get into this. We have the Two of Cups. So when we have Two of Cups, we have this energy of healing. Okay, so I'm going to say this. I'm going to run through some deities for you that are kind of like part of this like matrix that I'm feeling, and they're not going to seem related at first, but you'll know if you're working with them why it's coming out for you in this reading. Some of you are working with the underworld deities, that's, I'm not going to list them all. Some of you are working with Thoth. Some of you are working with Metatron. Okay, they want me to stop there. I'm going to say, too, if you are working with the goddess Diana for the first time in your life, pay extra attention, okay? We have the Wheel of Fortune. There's something that's changing in terms of the outer world, the inner world, because this Two of Cups is not about love, romance. I mean, maybe it is for you, and maybe this provides you with some sort of information that your guides are trying to get to you. But for me, this Two of Cups is really speaking about that microcosm, macrocosm reflection. There's something here that's changing in it. Whenever we have the Wheel of Fortune, it means that the information from below comes back up, and the information that is up goes back below, okay? So there's stuff from the underworld that's coming up now. So things within the human collective unconscious are coming up to be seen, and things that have been seen are diving back down into the human unconscious. So again, this is bringing me back to that idea that structure and authority is something that is kind of losing its definition or changing its definition in some way in a person's life. So you may be adding new routines to your life that you hadn't had before. You may be changing the way that you structure or you organize. You may be realizing that you shouldn't be so hard on yourself to keep certain structures inside of your life. You may be changing what you feel is an authority inside of your life. You may be having a lot of unconscious material starting to come up that is of a highly transformative nature, especially in terms of who you are, right? When I see that line, it really speaks to me about the solar plexus, and that's the I am center. Who are you? These are questions that you may start asking as this other energy is beginning to be activated that was not present previously. This energy seems like it's from past lives. I'm going to say that again because the Wheel of Fortune is showing up. This is the Wheel of Souls. Okay, we have the Empress energy. Whenever I have the Empress energy show up, it's really showing me that someone is kind of like, you know, someone's energy is like expanding. Their influence is expanding. Their power is expanding. Their ideas of what they are connected to and what they belong to are expanding. Some of you are really focused on natural magic because of this card showing up. Others of you, this is, you know, maybe you are in a place in the country where, or in the world where you can plant a garden now, or you're planting a garden and you're in it, you're in the earth a lot. With the Empress energy, there's also this heart that holds a cup, and that heart is in the sun. And I didn't say this, I was going to say this when the Wheel of Fortune showed up. Some of you may be really connected to solar deities or solar work at this time. There seems to be something about the sun, so that masculine solar energy is highlighting something inside of our emotional psychic spaces. Our psychic spaces are starting to come to the surface. Again, that's going to be the case for those of you who are resonating with the last few readings, for people who seem to have psychic abilities or magic abilities, and they're bringing those forward, or at least becoming conscious of those things. So there's a level of consciousness that the solar energy is bringing into those psychic spaces where we're aware of what's in that cup now, of what we're holding in our subconscious. This goes beyond just healing work, okay? I do want to say that what I'm specifically talking about here is people who are stepping into a brand of magic or a practice that is uniquely their own. There may be knowledge that they never picked up that isn't unique to them that they're starting to pick up now as well. Okay. We have the Page of Cups. There is a highlight on what's in that cup. What's in that cup? It's almost like a mystery, and someone's being surprised by the things that they're seeing inside of it. Here with the Three of Wands, someone is seeing new things, new abilities, new skill sets, new passions possibly inside that emotional cup. And these may have been things that we protected ourselves from displaying before. Maybe because you had the witch wound to work through, or you had a fear of really putting yourself out there and losing your friends and losing family members to this. Whatever has happened, especially if you are old enough to have gone through this time period where it laid latent and dormant for a little while, now that it's coming back online, and now that you are feeling more plugged into this sort of cosmic cycle of time and cosmic energy, natural energies, this is coming out, and this protection mechanism is being redirected to a different place within your life. The protection wasn't necessarily to hide and guard this thing. The protection was to learn how to protect yourself in its entirety. Here with the Three of Wands, someone is making moves. When we have the Three of Wands, this is the explorer who's getting ready to go to an unknown shore. This whole process is waking someone up and activating them, some of you, to old past life abilities or skill sets. And it is basically something that is taking you to a place that is outside of your comfort zone. So just to, okay, they said don't label it down. Okay, let's see what's happening. Remember how I said earlier on, there's something about cycles. There seems to be something here inside of the emotional space where cycles had to be worked out. Certain traps that we kept falling into had to be worked out so that we could fully utilize this ability, this passion, this magical interest, whatever it is, to its fullest. Ace of Wands. This is directing our willpower. By not utilizing this, someone may have felt for a very long time that they had lost themselves. They may have felt like they never really knew what direction they were heading in. And it's only as someone comes into a place, yeah. You guys know I always use the bottom, so I just had to flip it over and see what that was. If you're resonating with this reading, yesterday's reading may resonate with you because Hangman was front and center of that reading. So that'll be linked at the end of this video. But now that this is coming back online, it's like someone saying, wow, I finally got my power back. I finally got who I am back. This is who I am. This is who I've always been. Let me do something with this now. We may have been in a place where even if we loved these things and these abilities previously, it's almost like we picked something else. And whatever that something else was, it put us in this very long sort of holding period where we had to work out certain energies, discordant energies from our life. And now that we've done that work, someone's coming back online and they're ready for a new journey. And this journey is self-made. It's self-led. Okay. The Hangman here shows that there's been a process of metanoia, that there's been some enlightening experience and an enlightening journey, even though he's stuck in one place. So physically he's not moving and he's not even conscious of movement. Deep inside his psychology, there's been profound changes and adjustments and integrations with cosmic knowledge. So this is what someone has experienced. This is there's been a profound journey for someone here. There may have been lots of areas of it that were focused on the heart space, other areas focused on the cup. So the sacral spaces, the womb, the family. There's even been a stretch of it where someone has had to focus on finances. I'm seeing this as like a road of gold. For someone, the message here is that once you take that wand and you direct your own path, that's when you'll find your I heard it in a way that I would expect to hear like in a Viking show. Like it was like you will find your what word am I looking for? I got the vibe of it. What I heard was you'll find your glory, but the vibe of it is more like you'll find your legacy. So, interesting. Oh, notice the shape on this wand, right? There's been some wood turning happening there. And it's like something has been finely tuned and finely crafted within us. And that's why this information is ready to come up now, this sort of cosmic knowledge. Okay. Right. I'm going to leave this here. Whoever's message this is, awesome energy. I hope that this resonates with you. If it does, hit that like button. Feel free to leave me a comment. And until next time.